if we are uh, okay. I think we are. Let me verify it 1 second. Yes,
I think we're live. Yep.
yes, we are. Okay, okay. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do this pretty awesome day. So, Rocketeers, hello, hi, how are you? Welcome to a new live session today with another special day partner who has a great collection of unique hats, which you can right now see on the call. I've never had a discussion or worked with a day partner like this with a great dressing style. So let's welcome Shira from Smart Reach AI. Shira, welcome. So welcome to the live stream community. Welcomes you. Thank you so much for taking your time. I know you folks are pretty busy, so it's glad to kind of have this talk with you and discuss how business owners, how the marketers, and all these people can get rid of the bad leads and only focus on quality leads using Smart Reach AI. So thank you so much, and good to see you here.
Thank you so much. I've wore a new one for you today, Karen. So every time we talk, I have to
Uh,
have a new. I have to remember what I wore so that I can switch it up. Thank you so much. I'm
so
glad.
amazing. Where are you calling from? Let everyone know.
I am from Israel, very close to Tel Aviv. I'm
Wow,
originally I'm originally from Toronto, Canada. Lived in New York, and now in Israel. So
wow.
I have three citizenships. Yes.
Amazing. So you're a North American
I'm North
by
born. Yes. Born
awesome.
and raised.
Great.
Yes.
Awesome. That's a great kind of jump. So yeah, pretty amazing to have you here. To all the Rocketeers who haven't heard about you before or they are meeting you for the first time, if you can, let them know about the history of Smart Reach and SSC and how did you step into this whole complicated data game, where everyone is fighting to give data to others. How did you step in? And make it kind of work for you and all the team members and all the people working with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have been running SSC Digital. As you can see, this is like a real wall and a real sticker behind my wall of our logo. And I've been running that company for 14 years. We are
Wow.
a lead generation company, and I have been cooking the concept of Smart Reach AI in my head for about 5 years. Because as a lead generation company, I've had so many clients, hundreds of clients. We've sent over 25 million emails, I mean, millions of LinkedIn messages. And so we've had so many clients come to us and ask us for very, niche, I would say, lists. They wanted a lot of market research done around the list. And at one point in my company, I had over 100 people in the company, many of whom were doing what we called manual list building. So everything that I've built was out of a pain of running a lead gen agency and giving my clients what they needed, and enabling it to be scalable and quick and higher volume. And I would say over the last year or two, the industry has really shifted. Sending direct emails, cold LinkedIn messages, it's such a saturated market. And
Hmm.
it used to be that we were easily booking 5 to 10 calls a week for each of our clients. And the struggle now is real because AI, as amazing as it is, has really come in and made it so easy for anyone to create a message. And most people, can spot that AI message, but they're getting inundated in their inbox in spam, and users are now clicking spam and marking it as spam very, very quickly. So getting that deliverability and that email being sent to that inbox has been much more challenging. And then getting it to be read and really making it look like you've done your research behind that prospect and you're not just contacting them because they meet your ICP, your ideal customer profile, but you're contacting them because you see something within their company infrastructure, within their life cycle, within a news announcement or a job that they're hiring, that they could use your help. And that's a game changer. And so I wanted to build a tool that was so easy to use, that did not require an engineering degree, that was on one platform. And I think one of the biggest issues as well is that so many of these tools are so expensive. So you have to have multiple subscriptions. Then you have to learn how to set it all up. Then you have to integrate with all the different tools. And I wanted one tool where you could do it all.
Hmm. Okay, so you are making it easy for people for to kind of cancel all their subscriptions and kind of giving them access to this one product. So it makes sense. I think, and I would tell you this, right? A lot of people have been trying to use a product like Clay, and the issue is it's very tough to maneuver your way to using it. It's you need technical know-how. You cannot do it without it because you need to read their knowledge base, their help articles, talk to the agent to understand how does all of it work. Where do I start? If I'm in Clear Dashboard, I don't know where to start from. I have
Exactly.
to like find. I mean, I've already paid $149, $39 per month, and I'm wasting a day or two kind of
Figure it out. Yeah.
learning how to
Yeah.
think about it, how to do it. And on top of that, I think it takes away the time a business owner or agency owner might be putting through something else. So yeah, that's one of the big advantages, and there's no doubt. So uh, when you started this, how many customers kind of were onboarded, let's say, within the first 6 months? Because see, I think this started in 2024, January or March. I think that was the time.
Yeah, well, it's a unique story because I think one of our strategic advantages is that we are an agency. So what we did
Yeah.
was, when I built it, I wasn't even building it to be released to the public initially in 2024. It was really for me and my agency to use in house. So all of our clients were on it right away, and that was the advantage. And only, I would say, 3, 4 months ago did I really release it for the public. And since then, we've been growing and growing every month, which is amazing. We have, like, I think, a 45% or 50% growth every month of new users signing up, and the majority of our users are staying, which is really exciting. And
Uh,
yeah, so yeah, so far so far so good, and I'm looking forward to getting more Rocketeers signed up as well.
Likewise. So all of those users which you have, are they agents? What are they? What is the persona? Are they business owner? Are they agencies?
There's a mix. So I would say there's a
Okay.
few agencies, but the majority, yeah, there are definitely a few agencies because it's really a great tool for agencies to use. But a big chunk of them as well are SMBs, all B2B, that are the owners, the head of sales, the SDR. So those are kind of the roles, that are using the tool right now. And then we also offer, a full service package for those that need a little bit more help.
Okay. So and how much do you get? If you know, charge, is it a custom pricing for the
It's
setup?
on our website, so there's three price points. I think it's 4.99,
Mhm.
7.99, and 14.99, and that's for full service. That's if you don't have any tools whatsoever. So if you want to use, for example, Smart Lead or Reply to send out the emails, if you want to have the HeyReach tool as well for automation,
Mhm.
and we do the domains and warm up the domains for you. So that's like a full service package that we offer for,
Mhm.
and we have a lot of companies on that package that
Oh,
really just don't want to deal with doing it on their own. But today I'm going to show you honestly just how easy it is to do it on your own. And I think once you get over that initial like fear, and especially if you've used tools like Apollo or Zoom Info, funny that you mentioned Clay, because one of our users is like, this is like Clay and Apollo had a baby. And another user said, "Oh, this is Clay for Dummies." So anyone that's like, so I love those. I mean, that didn't come from me. That was really coming from them. So yeah, I'm happy to
okay.
show you guys how it works.
Awesome. Yeah, we are ready. We're ready for the meet. So let's get into it. Pretty excited. You can kind of take us through different modules because for everyone who's watching for the first time, SmartReach has various modules. All the features have, let's say, one module has a lot of set of features, and then we go to a different module which has different features.
Yep.
So it's not, think the similar structure, but it's going through a module and then So it's a workflow which you need to always follow when you're using this. So you don't start randomly. You start from somewhere.
Exactly. So can you see my screen okay?
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Wonderful. Okay. So the first step is that you want to go, there's three modules on the left-hand side here. The first is Smart Data, then Smart Mail, and then Smart Link. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to build your lead list. So I went ahead and I just built a list just for the purpose of this demo, and I'll kind of
Mm,
walk you through the different filters that I've used and other filters that are available. So I chose within, all of the United States. What's really great is that you can go down to the state level. You also can say, I want to remove a specific state. Okay, so you can include or exclude. Okay, and that's within the entire world. So this is a global database. Okay, and then you can also go and find your industry. I chose IT and software, but within IT and software, there are so many different sub industries that you can choose from as well. And each of these categories have many different sub industries, and you can also remove a specific industry or include a specific industry. You can also type in an industry keyword if you don't find it here as well. So you can kind of play around with that. Then under occupation, you can either select a job title. So you could type in CEO, head of marketing, whatever title you want. And you could do as many as you want. Okay, so you type in one, enter, then another. Or you can do departments. So if I want all of the marketing departments, all of the sales departments, okay, you could do that. And as well, then you can go down by management level. So you could say, I want founders and owners, C level, vice presidents, and I just chose a few now for the purpose of this demo. And a great intent signal that I will share with you is right here. And this is their new job, a new job. So, has somebody started a job in the last 3 months or 6 months? I love this signal. It's worked really well for a lot of my clients that are, because when somebody has started a job, typically they're very hungry to prove themselves. So, if you have a product or a service, you could say, hey, I see you started, your new job. Congratulations. It's a great opener. And then you could say, that as X, title, your function and goal may be to do this, and we can help you with that. Another great one here as well is skills. Okay, this will pull from their LinkedIn profile. So you can type anything. You could see I'll just type sales, and it'll give me like a list of all the different sales that I could look for that's on their LinkedIn profile. Okay, so this is a great one too that a lot of people don't realize, because if you're looking for someone that, let's say, is managing a team of engineers, you can look for that on as under the skill set as well. Okay, and years of experience. If you're looking for someone that's really seasoned or really new, this is a great way to find them as well. Okay.
mhm.
And then you go to your employee count. Here you can add as many as you want. You just select them and you can add as many. You see, I added 3 here. Okay. And you can also select revenue. Okay. And see the revenue. And there's lots of other features, but I'll just start with these. And then you click apply filters and it builds the list. Okay, so now you have your list. Now, because I've already purchased these emails, and this is the smart data credits, it always shows up for me when I do my search. Okay, so it's always there for me. Now, what's really neat about what we've built is we actually also have their Gmails, their Hotmails, and our system will tell you if it's valid, the email, if it's not found, which means that it's not valid, okay, or if it's a catch all. A catch
Mhm.
all usually means that it could be an inbox that is set up that nobody looks at, or it's not a real email address and it's potentially can bounce. But catch alls are also a gold mine because many people don't email them. And so
Yeah.
what we've done is we've actually created a system that allows you to validate the emails, okay, without
Mhm.
having to usually, okay, this one is not found, which means that it's not a valid email. So you actually don't pay for a data credit if it's not found, okay?
Okay.
You only pay if
So
it's found.
which means every data which is there, and so they don't need to reuse. So this way they don't even need to use an email verifier, as
Exactly.
you are doing that job
I
of an email
still
verifier as well.
I still would recommend they use an email verifier, okay?
Okay.
We've actually built that into the system. So all they need to
Yeah.
do is click verify. Now, if it's a catch-all, I mentioned this in the roadmap. In the next few weeks, we're going to be adding, see, this is verified. Okay, I just clicked verify email. Typically, what you need to do, let's say for Apollo or other tools, is you need to export the list, then upload it to a tool like Million Verifier, or there's Zero Bounce. There's all these different verifiers that you can use. We've built that into the system. And we've also started the integration with Instantly that allows us to verify catch-alls, which is going to be huge. So if it's a catch-all, okay, and it says on it catch-all, you can click on it and then click verify email, and it automatically will send it to Instantly to show you if you can email that catch-all. Okay. So the valid email aspect is really important. Now, what's also very important here is that let's say there's not a valid email and you don't want to email. So you could see all of these are invalid. Okay, it gives me more information if I click on the person. Okay, like this is really cool. You can also just pull all their skills, their university, their work history just from inside this platform like this. Okay. But let's say you're like, listen, I don't want to send an email to a Gmail, which some people, choose not to. You have their LinkedIn, okay? And if you click on it, it opens their LinkedIn. And if you export it, it also gives you their LinkedIn profile, okay? And you also can access their mobile number. And these are different ways that you can communicate, okay? So either you can communicate with them via LinkedIn or email or phone, okay? So those are kind of the three different. So now we're going to do something really fun, which is my favorite part of the platform, which is the Smart Agent. And this is the next module that I've given a lot of tokens monthly for, because I believe that it's one of the most amazing things, because this is what I had over 100 people doing and researching. And I built it so that I could ask any question. So either I could select from a drop down of questions. Okay, so let's, for example, say list a pain that each company solves, which we have like pre-set selected questions that you can use if you're not sure what to ask. These are very popular questions, and I selected these people. So now the system is going to tell me, okay, this one's not available, but this now it's telling me these are all the pains that they are trying to solve. So this is really great information that you could plug and hyper personalize into your messaging as well. Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Another really cool thing is like you can really ask anything you want. Okay. So I'm going to say like list the closest they to this person. Okay. I've used this and I love this because if I'm going, let's say I'm traveling to New York and I really want to meet people, and I can actually hyper personalize my message to say, hey, I'm going to be in New York. Would you like to meet at? And it'll drop in the cafe that's closest to them. Okay.
Oh,
So
well.
each person, yeah, it's really, really cool. So this is done. It's basically scraping. So you could see this Le Petit Cafe, Nest, Starbucks. Okay. All of these are right next to these individuals. So I can love that it's all built in. Thank you, Todd. And so, yes, so that's how the Smart Agent works. And literally anything that is publicly available, is this prospect, is this company in the news? Are they using AI? Like anything that you would love to go to their website and research, you can find really, really quickly with the Smart Agent. And what's great about the Smart Agent, hold on, sorry guys, is that it's you're also
Maybe,
able
maybe I think right now you search for coffee, that guy might be calling you. Hey,
to,
I'm here at the
no,
Starbucks.
no, this is what happens when somebody calls me on WhatsApp. It goes through my Mac. Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. So I was saying about Smart Agent, what's great is that you can play around with it, but you can do deep research prior, okay, to really reaching out to them. And I like this the best because the chances that they're going to reply are much higher when you've really done your research to show that they meet your criteria, okay, that you really know that there's someone who has a pain that you can solve. Okay, so that is the Smart Agent. Now I'm going to head over to Smart Signals. Smart Signals is part of the Smart Data. We have integrated with so many different tools, okay? So let's just give an example. Website visits is pulling from SimilarWeb. Okay, so let's say I want to know, how many website visits each company has. I click on
Mm-hmm.
the company, it will then give me
Mm-hmm.
their website visits, and everything that we do automatically creates a new column for you. Okay, and then when you export it, all of this is included, but you also don't need to export it. I'll show you. It's really cool how we built it. Another
Mm-hmm.
really one of my favorites is LinkedIn company followers and people followers. So imagine, Karen, that we can go and scrape
Mm-hmm.
all of the followers of like SaaS Mantra, okay, and find out
Mm-hmm.
who's following them. And then you can
Yeah,
contact
let's do
them and
this.
be like, hey, okay, right? I see that you guys follow SaaS Mantra. I'd love to introduce you to Rocket Hub, right? We do something really similar. Or there's a big influencer in the space, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You want to see who's following that influencer on LinkedIn. This is the only one that is not via API. This is through a tool called Boomerang. And this usually takes about 24 hours for us because literally we're scraping it for you. So this is the only one that's not real quick, okay? Then we have built with technology. So you can also search for many, many different technologies that maybe HubSpot, maybe WordPress, maybe you need to know that they're using a specific payment provider like Stripe, maybe even tools like Shopify, like anything that you can think of, you can search for technology. You can check and see, do they have a YouTube channel? How many Instagram followers? Are they hiring on Indeed? Have they closed funding? You could see that from Crunchbase. Are they running ads, and how many ads are they running, both on Google and Facebook? And Google Maps is also super cool because instead of having to go to another platform to search for local listings, you can do that
Mm-hmm.
all through Google Maps here. And it'll list it. And if it has the email address, it will, but usually Google Maps has their direct phone number that you can call them. And
So,
then when
I'm sorry, cutting you. With Google Maps, I'm very excited to know about Google Maps if you can show it to people.
yeah, sure.
So, but with this, will they be able to see the address,
Yeah,
or what?
1 second. Let me first jump to this one and then I'll go back to Google Maps and we'll
Perfect,
explain.
perfect. Let's do this. Yeah,
So what I wanted to show you was actually Ocean. If you're familiar with Ocean,
yeah.
this is company lookalikes. Okay, so I can say, I want to see one that's only 100% matching, specific keywords that I want the company to include, any departments that I would like, and how many results I'd like to display. And then what it will do is it will take me now to a company list of other companies that look like them. Okay, so you could see here, and then you would save this and upload it to your people list and find the people. Okay, now I'll go to Google Maps for you. Let me just clear this out and
Ah,
I'll show you how Google Maps looks. Okay, I'm going to go to Google Maps and I'm going to look for, let's say, cafe. I'll say New York. Okay, New York cafe. I'll just do 3. This does take a little bit longer because this is working through the API of Google Maps. Okay, so it does take a minute or so, but I'll show you exactly what. And you can do as many as you want. So we have a lot of clients, for example, that are looking for cannabis. We have some even that are looking for like, all different kinds of pubs and restaurants and, any local listings, hairdressers, nail salons, like you can find it here. And I think what's really cool about this as well, so I'll show you what you can see. What's really cool is you can also layer it with additional smart agent questions. Okay. So I can
mm-hmm.
say, for example, does this cafe have more than one location? Okay. So I can
Okay.
layer this with a smart agent question. I can see their phone number. I can see their social links. Okay. And I can
Mm-hmm.
also export. Okay. This just now gave me this email address. And this one is saying no, they don't have multiple locations. Okay. So I was able to ask this question really quickly and get a result. I was able to get one email. And again, I can also layer anything else I want on top of it. Okay. I can click through to their website here. I can go to their socials. Okay. And obviously, I have their phone number. and then you have a picture of it. And when you click on it, you can't see here. I'll share this tab. It takes you straight to the Google Maps listing. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is Google Maps. Yeah.
Oh,
I think,
wow.
yeah. So those are, I think, the most like crucial ones that you can really build this list with tons of buyer behavior signals, and go very local if you want without having to leave the platform. Okay. You also can save any of them to a blacklist that you don't want to come back up in the search, or include your blacklist. So if you have a customer list or competitors that you don't want to include, you can put them in your blacklist. Okay. You always want to save your list when you finish, because otherwise you will lose it. So you click on it and then you click save. Okay. Oh, I also forgot to share that there's a way to do bulk email as well. Okay, so let me go
Oh.
back to
Mm-hmm.
saved criteria. I'll quickly show that because I think that's an important one. Okay, um, for email and mobile, we have both. So there's two things you could do. You could save your criteria, which means that you didn't yet access all the email addresses. You just want the full list, and you see it's giving me 40,000 that I've saved that meet this criteria. Okay. And now,
Mm-hmm.
let's say I want to now go to, okay, this already has email. So hold on. You can go
Yep.
to get bulk emails, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you could enter the name of your list, and you could say how many pages you want to, with your 40,000 searches, how many pages you'd like to, get the email and the mobile phone number for. And you could just choose email, or you could just choose mobile phone number. You have that choice. Okay.
Wow.
And then it will be saved in, it depends how many you're downloading. Um, and then, it could take a few minutes, and then it'll be in your My List section waiting for you. Okay.
Wow. That's good. That's
Okay.
that's very cool.
So now we are done with the list side. So now we're going to go to create a smart mail. Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
you would be connecting your email delivery platform to this. We are integrated, if you already have Smart Lead or Reply and HubSpot. Okay. So all of these are fully integrated. But let me quickly show you how you create your hyper personalized messaging, and what my recommendations would be on how to do it. Okay.
Okay.
So here we're running a campaign for Smart Reach, okay? And I built a list of companies that are using Constant Contact, because to me that means that they are not using a real email tool. That means that they don't really know what they're doing, and usually they only have one domain and they need help. Okay? So, what's really cool about the hyper personalization and the way that I evolved, it really evolved over time, okay? There's two options you can put in your prompts, but I highly recommend you don't do that. Okay. You can put in prompts, no, really, because like I said earlier, and I'm being very honest, it looks more AI when you do this. What I
Yeah.
really prefer is to do it this way, where you can have that human element where you write, but then you can pull in the data in brackets, either from your smart data that you just built, okay, or the system also can do research for you. So, for example,
Mm-hmm.
the subject line here, we're going to add actually one new feature that's coming soon, is it's going to be subject line up here as well, okay, and you'll be able to do A/B testing with the subject line. But
That's nice.
this subject line says get direct competitors lead list. Okay, now what is it doing? It's looking at each and every prospect. So, for example, for you, it would say get SaaS Mantras lead list. Okay, and then it would say, I noticed your target audience is, and again, I wrote this. Okay, and in brackets, I put list their target audience. This is telling the system to research this for me. So, this is also like another little research tool here as well. Okay,
Okay.
so
So
it's
this
going
is this
to
this this sorry to cut you off.
say,
This bracket is telling the system to find the audience. So once this email is ready, it will actually put its audience over there. That's what it's saying.
and each and every person's audience is different,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
And it would also list their competitor. Now, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you play
Yep.
around with it, okay? And don't do a
Um,
lot, like do two or three for testing and see what the output is of your brackets. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I want to see how far I can push it, right? So sometimes the output is like, okay, no, this is not researching as well as I want, and I'm not so happy with it. Like I used, for
Mm-hmm.
example, pull a hobby that this person has. Okay. And if there's no hobby listed on LinkedIn, it was pretty
Mm-hmm.
crappy. So you have to be smart and give it like, if there is no hobby, talk about their work experience, very much like a prompt that you would give it,
Mm-hmm.
have like a backup for it. Okay.
Yep.
But target audience, when I tested, it was able to find that for everybody. So it was awesome. And it was also able to find competitor. So I was able to put that in the brackets. Now, also remember, if I pulled, for example, the cafe that we did earlier, I would say, hey, I'm coming to New York and I'd love to meet you at, and then in brackets, insert cafe. Okay. Because that's coming from Smart Data.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. And you can add as many steps as you want. Okay. As you could see here to the email. Okay. So just
So,
add it
what is an email step? Is it a workflow? Is it a
Yeah,
sequence?
it's a sequence. So in a sequence, there's first email. If they don't answer, they get the second email. Then, however you
Mm-hmm.
coded it in your system, we code it
Mm-hmm.
every 3 days, 3 to 5 days. Okay. If they don't respond, they get the next email in the sequence. Okay.
Okay. So is there a delay we can set? Let's say only after send after 1 day, 2 days, or
You
it
have
sends
to
it.
set in your email platform. So whatever email delivery system,
Yes,
set
yes,
there.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Got it.
And
Okay.
here, all you need to do is
Mm-hmm.
you don't even need to export your list. All you need to do is select your list from the list here. Okay. So there's no
Mm-hmm.
exporting required. You build your list, you see it here, you continue on, you decide how many emails you want in your sequence, however you've set it up on your back end. Okay. I wouldn't adjust this because you've already asked for the call to action. This is usually more for the prompts. Okay. Then you click
Mm-hmm.
continue and boom, the smart mails are generated for you at scale. Okay. Now there's a few cool things. Like you could see we just did 200 today. We did
Wow.
800. Yeah. I mean, you could do scale. Okay. And each one is personalized. Now,
Okay.
what's another cool thing that we built is two
Mm-hmm.
features. One is that you can go in and you can edit the mail. So let's say the personalization you didn't like, you can tell it, don't use this word. Or, however you want to edit it, you actually can edit it yourself, and it teaches the system how to write in your style. And there's
Oh.
also an option to give it a future prompt. So for future smart mails, you could say,
Mm-hmm.
uh, only talk from the first person. I only want you to say, don't use the word follow up. Whatever it is that you want to tell it, you can give that
Mm-hmm.
direction as well in a prompt so that the mail, so you have a lot of ownership around the type and tone. You can say, in the future, I want emojis. I mean, really, you could do anything you want with giving it the prompt, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you use Smart Mail. And so I'll quickly jump over to Smart Link. So Smart Link
Mm-hmm.
also to add your. We would recommend using HeyReach because we're fully integrated with HeyReach here. Okay, but you really
Mm-hmm.
can use any LinkedIn automation tool as well. So I'm going to say here demo. And again, this is the message where you would put in everything and type in the message on LinkedIn with your brackets and your hyper personalization. But I just want to show you also just you can pull a list from HeyReach. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've uploaded it. You can pull a list from your saved list, which is from Smart Data. Okay, so I'll just go back to this one and click continue. And this I love. So here you can actually choose your workflow. Okay. So if you're integrated with HeyReach, you can do that on the HeyReach side, or you can do
Mm-hmm.
this on our side. Okay. And
Ah,
there's different workflows that exist here that you
so
can
this
choose.
one, this builder which you have on the screen right now, this is actually Heritage
This is
UI, or it's your UI?
this is our UI, but we pulled this from what we set up on the back end with HeyReach. Okay,
Got it.
so
Amazing.
we
Okay.
have we have different workflows, and these are proven workflows. This is my favorite one because you first follow them, then you like them, and then the
Yep.
likelihood that they're going to connect with you is much higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, the same thing, it'll then insert your hyper personalized messaging. When you're done, you can also go, I don't think I ran any here, but you can also go and edit and you could give it future prompts, same exact thing. Okay. And then the
Nice.
last thing I'll just show you in your settings. Okay. So if you do want to set up your LinkedIn, you would come here and you would set up your LinkedIn over here. Okay. If you want to integrate with Smart Lead or Reply or HeyReach, you literally go here. If I click connect, it just asks me for my API key and that's it, done. All you need to do is enter your API key for any of these tools. Okay. That's
Wow.
easy to do that integration. Yeah. There's no technical requirement. You just need to find your API key. That's it. And then copy paste in here and done. Okay. Another thing I also want to share, because I know there were a lot of questions around smart data. At any time, you can go in and you could buy more tokens. You don't have to upgrade to another plan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you can literally go and get more tokens at any time. And we're working on a development to allow deeper couponing and discounts for your users as well. That should also
Okay.
be ready next week. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to give the lowest rate that we can to your users to buy, more tokens.
Yay.
Okay. And there's a redeem a coupon here. We'll give you guys the coupon. And yeah, that's Smart Reach AI.
Wow. That's one of the I think this is one of the most unique products I've seen to date. It's since we have launched Rocket Hub, launched a lot of deals. This is like all the email tools, all the LinkedIn tools having a party at one place, and all the users are coming in and crashing on the party and asking them, okay, where can I get? I need to do that. Send out an email. Where should I go? So SmartReach is a bridge. It's actually building that particular journey and then taking it to the email guy like SmartRead or NewReply or Instantly, which is sitting on a bar table somewhere. And then if you want to talk to Herich people or Aimfox people, they're kind of sitting somewhere else. So yeah. And I think this is the analytics, right? So this is what you
Right.
show right now is
Yes.
where I think so this is a mix of analytics, or this is where I mean if you do email, analytics is different and the LinkedIn analytics is different, or is it all in one place?
No, it's here. So this Smart Reach account has not. You could see Smart Link was not set up, so
Yeah,
nothing showing here. But this is if you've integrated with Smart Lead or
yeah.
HubSpot or Reply. You actually can see how many mails were sent. We have all our open tracking off, which I highly recommend because it does help with deliverability. And
Uh-huh.
we have how many replies. We also have a learning engine that is learning and optimizing over time the messaging and seeing based on the reply rates what is working best with the different wording that it's using. Okay, and the subject
Mm-hmm.
lines. Okay, it'll tell you how many smart mails you sent. It'll tell you your LinkedIn messaging, how many connections were accepted, and your percentage, how many messages, and what your reply rate is.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Oh, wow. So I think this is real time or it takes like a few seconds to
It's probably a few seconds, but it's pretty real
got
time.
it.
Yeah.
Really real time. Okay. Great. So, I have one question. Even some people who DM me asked this.
Okay, shoot.
Uh, like for example, um, the connections to the API keys. So, for example, I am using Instantly. I run my all code emails through Instantly, so I can just take Instantly's API key and
Not
then put it in SmartReach,
not
and I'm done.
not instantly. We're not integrated with instantly. So for us to do
Okay.
that, we
So any other email marketing tool. So, for example, not Instantly, but
but Smart Lead, Reply, and HubSpot, those are the three that we're integrated with.
yeah.
Otherwise, if we're not integrated with them, you still can use it. We will show you how. You can ask our support. You need to set up on instantly a sequence with different placeholders. Okay. And you literally just download the CSV and then upload it to instantly. So you definitely can use any tool. We just need to show you how to set it up with the right placeholders, and then it'll insert the messaging and the hyper personalization in all the messages for you.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we need to kind of communicate this to the users. We do one thing, we just add an FAQ. So which means, I mean, if they're not using Reply or SmartRead, and of course in future you will add more integrations as you get to know your customers more. Okay, let's say 90% of them are using Instantly. So and then you told me you're bringing Instantly, I
Yeah.
think somewhere in this month or the next month. But let's say if they're using um which other tools are there? I forgot. Okay, so Sketch is a 2x, right?
Yeah.
So which means they have to connect with your team, right? And then
What I
um
yeah, what I could do is make a little video even and show you guys how to do it.
yes, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah,
Each
that would be
tool is a
amazing.
little bit different, but I think if anyone's ever set up like we call them placeholders, that you put
Yep. Yeah.
first name,
Yes.
but you have to know how to set up custom ones and just do that one time. That's just one time to put that in instantly or whatever tool outreach, whatever tool you're using. And then it literally takes 5 minutes. And then you download the CSV and just upload it to your tool. Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Well,
we also will be doing some type of Zapier or Make. That's definitely also in the plans.
oh wow. Okay, that's very unique kind of connection. So okay, that's cool. Amazing. Okay, time for some questions. And I'm going through a list of questions people DM'd me, and some questions which I kind of found through people who had some like just 1 second, let me pull them up. In the meantime, can you go through, let's say, a roadmap of, okay, this is what Smart Reach is coming through in the next let's say next 6 months or next 1 year, what you guys are building on, and how are you going to be integrated a lot deeper inside the ecosystem of, let's say we go beyond HeyReach and even integrate with, let's say, AimFox, Closely, or any other LinkedIn outreach tools, or let's say even from emailing you go to SMS, because what you showed us that with just data you can, because now you have the data, you have the phone number, you can even send an SMS. So how about that? I know you're so smart, you would have thought about this, but still, letting people know your
Like
secret
right,
recipes.
right. There's so many things I want to do. Like it's very hard to prioritize. But I have created a roadmap for the next year that we're working on. So the first thing in terms of like product usability is
Yeah,
I want, first of all, instantly, okay, like we said, to do the catch-all verification. That's like very high priority for us. We already started working on it. The other thing is, like I said, adding in the subject line into the mail and being able to test different subject lines because we
yeah,
really want to first perfect the email and LinkedIn as much as we can, right?
mhm,
Um, we also want to be able to add videos and images into the messaging, which right now is all text. Okay, you could do that if you're hard
yeah,
coding it. Yeah. Um, and then we also want to do the deeper CRM integrations, like we talked about, okay, to allow more tools. But another thing that I'm really excited about is to be able to upload your own CSV onto the smart data side. Right now, you can upload your own CSV to the smart mail side, okay, and smart link. If you have your own CSV, your own list, you can upload it into smart mail or smart link, and it can hyper personalize those messages, okay. But right now, we don't have that ability on the smart data side. You can only run and build a list from our, ecosystem. We're going to be
mhm,
enabling you to do two things. One is to upload your own CSV, and the other is to paste a Sales Navigator search link within the system. So to be able to do your Sales Nav search, then plug it in, okay, and it will automatically search for you. We're going to be looking at doing some more agency workspaces. Like right now,
yep,
you can have teams, okay, and you can invite team members, but there's no workspace, for agencies. We're going to be doing integrations with tools that allow you to search for LinkedIn posts by topic and keyword, um, by building a list based on people who have commented on a post. We're doing a lot of deeper integration with LinkedIn,
mhm,
so you won't have to go to LinkedIn or SalesNav anymore. Like you can even look and see who's attending an event on LinkedIn. You could see who's part of a group on LinkedIn. Um,
okay, Wow.
Yeah, so a lot. We have a lot in the pipeline. That's what I'm saying. There's so many things that I want to do that it's just like endless. But we're gonna keep building and keep building.
But yeah, what do you think about the SMS recommendation? What do you think?
I
Smart
like
SMS.
it a lot. It depends on the
You like it?
country, right?
Yeah.
So my first company prior to this company was actually a mobile marketing company pre-smartphone where I built a whole SMS platform of sending SMS messages. So I'm
You
very
built it?
yeah. It was one of the first ones. I did it with my
Wow.
friends to communicate with their customers through mobile. Um, and it was only text messaging because it was we didn't have smartphones. So I'm very familiar with it. I can tell you that it depends on the country because not all countries allow you to just,
Yeah.
send an SMS. So there's regulations around that. You obviously for anything you have to check, but it's definitely in the
Yeah.
roadmap. And some of the tools, I some of the tools already allow you to do that sends email allow you to also send SMS. So either we're going to
Yeah.
build or integrate with one that has it.
Hmm.
But I like
Yeah. Yeah, like Klaviyo does it very well, although these kind of very expensive. But they figured it out that with e-commerce, and I think last year the boom came in from for SMS, people started sending them more, and they saw the rise in sales.
yeah.
And these people they took on the opportunity, added SMS, and boom, they saw an increase. So walk me through it. For example, for Smart Reach, I know it's for B2B, but in the future, I mean, data is the requirement for, irrespective of B2B, it's requirement for even B2C. So are you going to add any B2C section? Because I know that might increase your scope, and that's very tough to do. But I'm just kind of catching what other audiences can benefit from Smart Reach.
Not,
So yeah,
not now. I would say not in the next year.
yeah,
It's like you said, there's so many things that I want to just like really own the B2B space and just have the tool that you can do anything you need to in the B2B space. And then we might, look into the B2C space. But I'm not making, right now it's not on the high priority
I
list.
know it's a back in your head. It's sitting there, but
Yes,
I know you
head.
would
It's
kind of make it.
in my head, yes.
I know you've been doing this for a long period of time, so you would surely make it a reality for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, going to next. Oh yeah, I just received it right now. About I think a lot of people are curious about the data sources, and
Yes.
I've so they're asking what kind of data sources can be added. So I know you went through it, but if you can kind of structure this answer for everyone at once, we can then kind of circulate this kind of clip everywhere.
I I'm not sure when they ask what kind of data sources can we add because the data sources are all added for you. So I'm not really sure what that question. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that question. But the
Hmm.
data sources that we use is that the question?
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we first of all, I think that's one of the good things about what I've built is that rather than having to decide which data sources. We've been in this industry for 14 years, so we know the best ones.
Hmm.
And we've picked the best ones. So I would say that our search is powered by Rocket Reach, which is
Hmm.
probably the most expensive one out there. Okay, but it's the best and highest quality.
Hmm.
Our email, mobile, and LinkedIn's are powered by Prospeo and Rocket Reach. And we're looking at adding one more provider, but I'll keep that quiet until we have that public. Um,
Hmm.
and then, like I showed you on this smart agent, we're integrated with a lot of different tools to do that. Okay, we're integrated with Gemini, with Perplexity, and with OpenAI. And then on the left hand side, where I showed you all the smart signals, so we're using a lot of different aggregators to pull in data directly from SimilarWeb, from Crunchbase, so all the different ones that I showed you, Boomerang, Ocean, they're all there that we've integrated with.
Hmm. Awesome. That's good. Uh,
And also,
someone
that,
asked.
that
Yeah.
is
Yeah. Go
listed
ahead.
also, just Karen, on the Rocket Hub page for Smart Reach. We've listed
Hmm.
all of our partners that we've integrated with, all of our
Yeah.
data.
Correct. And that's why we even wanted to kind of make it available for people to kind of go and check it out. So that's good. Uh, someone asked, what enrichment process does it run? I mean, I think I saw this question and I was confused. I mean, do you know what the question is?
that's why I didn't answer it because I'm not sure what that means. um, because the enrichment for me, it's like enrichment usually means where you're adding additional data points, right? So for me, it's all of those things are enrichment. Like smart agents is an enrichment. All the smart signals are the enrichments, right? Pulling in the website visits is an enrichment. Pulling in lookalikes is an enrichment. All everything that I've built is enrichments.
Mhm. Got it. And yeah, I think someone asked the question about, are you going to add more data sources? So for
Yes,
example, you had right now 50 or I think odds sources. So let's
we're
say, yeah,
we're really adding the I think the LinkedIn focus, but I'll be honest with you, it would be really great to hear from the audience what sources they would love because there's so many and we'll
hmm
prioritize based on what our audience wants.
yeah. So of course, what have you, for example, from the current user set which you have, what requests have you been receiving for more data sources?
Yeah, so we had a big request for hiring and funding, which we added, Crunchbase and
Okay,
Indeed.
like
Okay.
okay, like Indeed, Glassdoor, stuff like that.
Well, through Smart Agent, you can also ask, are they hiring and which roles? And that will, and you can ask specifically, go to Glassdoor and tell me what's on Glassdoor as long as it's public. Okay. So you can specifically do that. And the truth is that a lot can be done through the Smart Agents, right? So not necessarily like you could even say on Smart Agent, what was this person's last LinkedIn post about? And it can tell you that. Okay. So I would say there's going to be less integration
Out
for
so
Sprinter, and they could also go and sign up for the free trial.
so
Sprinter, and they could also go and sign up for the free trial. There's 50 tokens there that they can play around with so they can run a search and see if they can find
yeah,
their target audience that way.
perfect. Yeah, that's amazing. Um, okay, so let me just see if we have more because there were some common questions. Mhm. And where's the whole team in? I mean, if you can let us know, like, of course, you are sitting in Israel,
I'm in Israel. I
are
have a very
and the
large,
others.
I have a very large team in India. I have my AI.
Wow,
Yes, go India. I have my AI developer in the Ukraine. We have a large team in South Africa and the Philippines. Yeah, so we're kind of we're global. Yes.
global, smart global. Wow. Okay, this is amazing. This is amazing. South Africa, nice. So think you have diversity. Then pretty
That's
great.
to us. Absolutely. We have diversity. Our company culture is extremely important to us. We do every month a random act of kindness in different communities. You could check it all out on our website.
Oh yes, yes, we saw that.
Yes, yes.
So did you folks do any retreat?
We have. I've been to the Philippines. We had a big retreat in the Philippines. We had a big retreat in South Africa, both in Cape Town and Johannesburg. So yes, it's been amazing to meet, the team and one on one. We did the amazing race across Cape Town for a team building activity, and we did minute to win it in Johannesburg. Yeah, so yes, we do some fun stuff.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is always good to know because we never ask Rocket or we hardly ask people about their company culture because many people are were starting the SaaS. They're just three people,
Yeah.
and two of them are founders. So we never get to ask, okay, have you done a retreat? It's like, okay, I just one guy more, which is just sitting right behind me. So they never get to do these, cool things.
We
Um,
also every month do a virtual team building activity. So actually ours is tomorrow. So once a month and we do really like tomorrow we're doing a murder mystery. I haven't planned it. My head of people planned it, so I'm excited to see if we can figure it out. But yeah, we do.
oh, Oh, that's nice. Amazing. Okay, so I think we're done with questions because we have just released 1.5 days ago. So I
Yes.
think people are going to have lot more questions as we do more webinars because we have three community members who DM me to do a webinar with you.
Okay.
So in the coming days, folks, we will have more questions. So for now, I think the demo which you gave is amazing, and thank you so much, Shira, for doing this. Such sitting with us, taking out your precious 1 hour, and I know it's late for you. You're kind of wrapping up the
Yes.
day in your city. So thank you so much. And before we let you go, anything you would like to convey to the people, to the community, and what would you like to say to them?
I would just like to say, for me, it's so important just to get feedback, like additional features that you would like. I would also like to say, play around with it before you spend a lot of tokens on, a smart agent question. Ask your question with two or three prospects. Run your smart mail with two or three prospects. Test it to make sure that the output is what you're looking for before you spend a lot of tokens running it.
Got it. So yeah,
Yeah.
try it before you buy it. That's what it
Yeah.
is. Because you're not going to be refunded. Just kidding. So yeah, okay, go if you're going for it, you are in it. You are in the smart reach circle. You're not coming out. Yeah, that's not. I just don't want to put any horror kind of sounds, a horror kind of a way, but
No, but
you gotta try this.
I've given so many smart mail and smart agent monthly
Yeah,
tokens that you have a ton to use.
yeah, yeah.
So I wouldn't worry so much about it. Yeah.
Yep, and yeah, Shira was very kind to do this, so thank you so much for that. And yeah, we are glad that you did this session, and we would keep doing this sessions with other community members next week. So if you're watching this right now and you just woke up and you're scrolling YouTube and you saw me and Shira right now because we are ending it, don't worry, you can see the replay, which will be available after a few minutes, the moment we end the stream. And next week we will be having more sessions with Shira, with other community members you would see. So you think that if you missed a question, please come again to those sessions. You can ask there, and in the meantime, do whatever you want. Enjoy. Go to the weekend. Go have a party. So yeah.
Have a great
Thanks,
weekend.
Shira, for everything.
Thanks so much. Have a great
All
night.
right. So we
Okay.
would wrap it up, and thank you so much, everyone. To see you in the next stream. Bye bye.